What if I told you that there was a way to not only get straight A's, but to do it by studying less than all the other idiots in the class? Guess what? Last year, I was able to become the valedictorian of my class and win every single one of the medals in my school by studying less than all of the faggot Asian kids studying like 12 hours a day. And I'm going to show you the three-step process that I used to do this so you can just copy me and get the same results without being this grade slave that everybody wants you to be. Because there's two types of Asian kids, right? Not Asian kids, I mean, there's two types of straight A students. There's the ones that are miserable, depressed, and literally study incessantly, like every hour of the day, and still get like mid results and they literally hate their lives. And then there's the second type. There's the intelligent ones that don't have double digit IQ, that know how to study and know how to get good marks by doing less, doing half the work of the other kids. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this so that you can spend more time not being a grade slave and instead actually improving your life doing other shit. So, the first step that we have to go through, the first thing I'm going to talk about is belief. And you might already be tempted to click off the video saying, ugh, belief, bro, that's gay. I don't want to talk about that. I already know about it. Normally, I'm saying 90% of other kids that I know right now could be straight A students. And I'm saying this as one already. The reason that 90% of kids, probably you as well, are struggling so much is just because you don't actually believe in yourself. You're self-sabotaging every time you do some shit. You study, but you're still self-sabotaging. Say, oh, I'm not a math guy. I can't do this shit. I don't have enough time. And it's through all of these different beliefs that you're literally hijacking your results. I remember about a week ago, I won one of these business competitions in my country called DECA, right? You can search it up. And I got like top 10 in my province, which is like the state, right? Which is pretty good because I'm like a ninth grader. It's my first time doing it. And I was walking behind the school of behind like the track of my school. And I was walking with one of my friends who also wanted to know, like, how did you do it, bro? How did you do it? But as I was talking to him about, okay, if this is what I did, he just immediately bursts out saying shit like, oh, bro, but like, I don't have the talent. I just can't. I'm not a good speaker. I can't, you guys just have more talent than me. I don't think I have time. But he has all of this, like, excuses, all the shit he just bottled up in his head that was literally sabotaging him, even though he wanted to also get these medals and all these achievements. So I just looked at him while he was just yapping about all these different excuses he had. And I was just like, bro, do you think I have a third testicle? And he looked at me kind of weird because he knew what I was getting at. This guy was talking as if I literally had like some third brain, like some algorithm in my head that was getting me these results effortlessly. No, it's not like that. The reason that you're not currently where you want to be, whether it be with fitness, whether it is trying to get good grades, I guarantee it's probably because you don't believe the right beliefs that will get you the straight A's. When you say shit like, oh, I don't have time, I'm not a math kid, you're literally just telling yourself, okay, I might as well just like go jerk off now because I can't do it, can I? But let me just tell you right now, nobody has a gun to your head and is telling you, bro, you can't get straight A's. No, I'm not letting you. It's just you. It's just this false reality you've created for yourself. And this is the most important part of the video. The first thing I'm talking about, because without belief, without this one crucial part, none of the other advice in this video will work. And so I'm just warning you right now, you need to first get your beliefs straight. And the way you do this is you just give yourself proof that what you think is wrong. Because beliefs are just, okay, beliefs are just things that you think are true. They're just these perceptions you have about people. Oh, black people are all robbers. Oh, they're all fast. Oh, I'm just a dumb kid. I can't do good in math because I'm not a math person. All of these are just beliefs, right? And of course, some of them are kind of candid, like the one I mentioned. But the reality is, you will only do as well as you believe you are capable of. And this sounds cliche and shit, but it's the truth. It's why I put it at the start of this video. And so you need to understand you can't self-sabotage anymore. Look at yourself right now and say, I can do it. There's nothing stopping me. If this brown retard on the screen can do it, then so can I. And now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to go over the second, more actionable part of this video. And this is a really easy concept. It'll take like 20 seconds for me to explain. But it's this word that would genuinely make it impossible to get a bad mark on any assignment. And that is over-delivery. And the way that I like to think about it is really simple. If the teacher gives you an assignment that says, okay, note down 3 reasons why Canada is good or something. I don't know. You, as a student, just need to give her 4. When she says, give me 3 of those, you respond by giving 4 back. You over deliver by doing more. And you don't have to just like simply spam 20. You just have to add that extra little 10% of work, that effort. But I guarantee if you just do this the next time the teacher says, you might think, oh, bro, that's kind of weird. I don't want to do that. It feels kind of hard. Think about it. You already had to do 3 reasons anyways. Adding 1 more is only going to be like 10% extra effort because you're already in the flow writing it out, right? But it's going to be the difference between getting an 80 and getting a 95. That 1 extra 10% effort will be the difference between getting an average mark that your parents won't care about and them being proud of you because it just makes sense. And so a framework I'm going to give you to be good at over delivery is this process I like to call more, better, new. If you can do one of those 3 things on any assignment, let's say she tells you to do like the history of some ancient tribe or something, instead of being like everybody else and saying, okay, I'm going to do ancient Egypt, do something different. Do something slightly more unique. And you can literally just ask ChatGPT to do it for you. Like, you don't need to do it. You probably use ChatGPT anyways. Just ask it to do one more thing for you, and all of a sudden, you'll have a better mark. And so this is a really retarded point, but you have to understand that it's really not that difficult to get straight A's. You just have to do slightly more than what everybody else does. And of course, you're going to get better marks. The third and final thing I've written down here is one of the reasons that I went from being this overworked, semi-depressed fat kid, struggling to get good grades, to now literally getting straight A's doing less than 1 hour of work. And that final thing I'm going to tell you is that we're going to create our daily quest for school. So our goal for school isn't to make it like the number 1 time drain of our day. You know, the kids are like, okay, I have to go back home and do 4 hours of AP classes or some shit, right? We don't want that because that's retarded. We don't want to be grade slaves. We just want to do so well in school with we want to do the best amount of results by doing the least possible dose of work. And the way we're going to do that is not through just being like everybody else, by creating something called our daily quest. Imagine that in a video game, every single time you log in, you get this daily quest that you want to tick off quickly, right? It'll give you some quick rewards. That's what we want to treat school like. And the way we do this isn't by being like a retard, but by working in a way that I'm going to show you right now that will give you the most amount of freedom from school in the least amount of effort. And the way we're going to do this is by first understanding why you probably struggle with studying or with schoolwork. Most retards, if you're anything like them, I used to be one, by the way, I'm not trying to shit talk you. What I used to do is I'd wake up in the start of the day. I knew like, okay, I have an exam in a day or 2 days. I need to study today. I need to study more. Oh shit, I need to do this thing. And that's it. I just tell myself while I had morning wood, okay, I'm going to do this thing today, hopefully. And that's it. Funnily enough, I never did it. Every single time, I told myself like an idiot, oh, I need to study more. I want to get good grades this year. It never worked. Because, and this is something that you need to understand, when I read this book right here, a few years ago, this is a side point, called Atomic Habits, it really did light up not only my school like grades, but also like my fitness and all this shit. This book changed my life. But what it has written down here with habits is you don't lack motivation. You lack clarity. When I used to tell myself, okay, I need to study more, and then I never did it, I thought it was a motivation thing. Okay, I just need to have more motivation. Let me watch this video that tells me how to get instant motivation, Andrew Tate. And none of it worked. But it's not that I lacked motivation. The reason I didn't do the thing was because I just wasn't specific enough. When you tell yourself, I need to study more, what the fuck does that even mean? You might do it at 4 p.m. one day, then maybe one day you'll be motivated and you'll be like, okay, I'm going to do it at 6 a.m. today. And you never stay consistent because the way you organize your studying time is too chaotic. Your brain likes routine. Let me just tell you this right now. Your brain likes routine. That's the reason why school absolutely dedicates and blocks out every single minute of the day. And of course, it's inhumane and kind of boring, but the idea is when you do the same thing at the same time each day, you get used to it and it becomes easier. And so the tactic I'm going to tell you right now is going to make studying go from something you hate to something that you do effortlessly. And it's this tactic in that book that I just showed you called creating your implementation intention. What that means is that instead of just telling yourself, okay, I'm going to study from whenever, I need to study today, or I need to exercise more. Oh my God, guys, I'm going to start doing it. You give yourself a specific time and a specific place you're going to do the thing. For example, I'm going to study for science from 5 to 5:30 on my desk on my laptop. It sounds so brain dead. It literally sounds like nothing's going to happen. You're going to think, bro, this isn't going to work at all. I promise you, if you do this right now, if you write down when you're going to do the thing, you're not going to procrastinate on it anymore. And the reason is you've just given yourself clarity. And when you give yourself that clarity, you're not going to be procrastinating as much. And if you do, you're going to feel guilty. And so the next day, you're going to be more likely to do it. This is the most overpowered technique, and I guarantee you might think, oh bro, it's not going to do anything. This is the reason I lost 15 pounds and became the valedictorian of my school. I just followed this one step, and the next important part is you need to do the habit at the same time each day. That is it. When you follow this one piece of advice and you just do it at the same time each day, you're going to stay consistent. Because it's almost like, remember each time when you woke up this morning, you had this automatic response maybe a few hours later that you were hungry, right? Your body operates at this rhythm I'm just giving hunger as an example, where at 12 p.m. it wants to do it, it wants to eat food. Then at 4 p.m. it wants to eat food. At 8 p.m. it wants to eat food. That's the rhythm that you've made yourself. So when you try and eat at 1 a.m. in the middle of the night, you might not be that hungry because that's not the usual rhythm. And the reason I'm going so in depth about this is because it's the same thing with studying. You can literally train your brain to be receptive to studying, to enjoy it, if you just do it at the same time each day. It's not like easy. It's not like playing a video game, but I guarantee this will make you stop being this procrastinating little shit. And you'll stop looking at yourself and hating yourself every moment for not doing the work, if you just follow what I'm saying right now. So those are the 3 main things that I'm going to tell you to do. If you just believe, if you just over-deliver, and you routine-ize your studying, you will become a straight A student in literally just a couple of months from now. And it's not going to be hard, but guess what? You don't have to be alone. On this journey, I remember I was pissed off by the fact that nobody else in my life seemed to want to improve, to want to be above average, to actually work and get ahead as a teen. And so I want to help you out on this journey by creating my own community on this Discord server underneath this video, where you can join and literally just get one-to-one access for me to give you more advice from somebody who actually understands what you're going through. If you want help with losing fat, getting straight A's, and just getting ahead as a teen, you will be so perfect if you just join this community. And I promise you, you won't regret it. As always, my name's Atharv. See you soon. Mwah.